Improvnerd.
What one piece of advice would you give somebody starting out in improv or stand-up comedy today?
I mean, we covered some of it, and it bears repeating, so I'm going to include it in my answer, is that like surround yourself with the right, let's get 1960s here, with the right vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to be with people that have similar goals to you and that have a similar vibe to you, which is supportive and inclusive. You might find that more in improv, although there's backstabbing in both fields. And then the other thing that I think is kind of liberating is that like I can't really tell you what to do because it's always changing. Listen to the number of places I listed that are now closed. You know, like my advice doesn't really
Bennigan's, CVS, Lion's Den, Lincoln Restaurant.
apply. Yes, but
No, CVS is still open.
CVS is doing great. You know, Dwayne Reed owns CVS. I'm just kidding. But getting on stage as much as possible, I bet people are frustrated sometimes hearing that advice, but it's just so true, is getting up on stage as much as possible. And Joe and I were talking about this too. It's like figuring out who you are is not only one of the keys to being happy and feeling fulfilled, but it's one of the keys to having like a really good comedy career. What makes you angry? What makes you sad? What makes you joyful? And bring all of that. This is Bill. I'm kind of reusing Bill Hicks's advice. He says, the more you are your authentic self, the more you'll have supply and demand covered. Because only you can be Jimmy perfectly, and only I can be Pete perfectly. So someone can kind of do the sort of stuff that I do, but they can't be the full picture of me. And anybody that's just doing an impression of me or an impression of you, they're not giving the real goods, and people can feel it. That's what makes Mulaney so great, is he's being Mulaney. He's being a Midwest Catholic guy who's very smart, you know what I mean?
Pete Holmes, thank you so much for being our guest on Improvnerd.
I just plugged Mulaney. Crashing is on January 4th. I'm just kidding. It's on HBO on Sunday nights. I hope people
Check
like
it out. It's great.
I appreciate that.
Improvnerd. Improvnerd.